Cruise ships look calm from a distance. Floating hotels drifting across the ocean, carrying thousands of passengers from one destination to another. But what most people don't realize is that even when these massive ships appear to be sitting still, they're almost always moving in some way. Modern cruise ships are some of the largest moving structures ever built. Some stretch over 1,000 feet long, carry more than 6,000 passengers, and function like entire floating cities. They contain restaurants, theaters, pools, shopping areas, power systems, water treatment facilities, and enormous crews working around the clock. And keeping something that massive operating smoothly requires constant motion, even when passengers barely notice it. One reason cruise ships rarely stop completely is control. Out on the ocean, movement helps maintain stability and steering. Ships rely on water flowing across steering systems and propulsion equipment to stay responsive. If conditions change suddenly, waves, currents, or strong winds, the ship needs the ability to react smoothly and predictably. Remaining in motion helps make that possible. There's also the issue of positioning. Cruise ships follow carefully planned routes and schedules, often traveling between multiple ports across long distances. Timing matters because arriving too early or too late can create problems at ports that are already coordinating multiple ships at once. Instead of racing to the next destination and waiting nearby, ships often adjust speed continuously throughout the journey. Sometimes that means moving slower overnight or circling in open water before arriving at a port at the correct time. To passengers on board, it may feel like the ship is simply cruising peacefully, but behind the scenes, navigation systems are constantly calculating routes, speed, weather, fuel usage, and positioning. And weather plays a huge role. Cruise ships are designed to avoid rough conditions whenever possible, which means routes can shift dynamically depending on storms, ocean currents, and wind patterns. Advanced navigation systems help crews make adjustments in real time, often long before passengers realize anything has changed. Even when docked, cruise ships may still be operating at an enormous scale. Power systems remain active. Water systems continue running. Supplies are loaded, waste is removed, fuel operations take place, and thousands of passengers move on and off the ship in a carefully managed process. And if you enjoy learning how massive systems like this actually operate behind the scenes, subscribe and stick around. There's a lot more happening beneath the surface than most people ever notice. One of the most interesting systems on board is stabilization. Cruise ships use advanced stabilizers, large underwater fins that adjust automatically to reduce rolling caused by waves. These systems are constantly reacting to ocean conditions, helping create the smooth experience passengers expect. Without them, even large ships would feel far more movement than most people realize. And because ocean conditions are always changing, stabilization systems are continuously working in the background during the voyage. Fuel efficiency is another reason constant movement matters. Cruise ships consume enormous amounts of fuel, and operators carefully manage speed to balance schedules with efficiency. Moving slightly slower can dramatically reduce fuel usage over long distances, which is why ships often travel at carefully optimized speeds rather than maximum speed. There's also an entire logistical network supporting every voyage. Food, fuel, maintenance supplies, entertainment equipment, luggage, and crew operations all have to be coordinated with precision. A single cruise can involve thousands of people and huge quantities of resources moving through ports on strict schedules. What makes all of this fascinating is how invisible it feels to passengers. You board the ship, relax by the pool, eat dinner, and watch the ocean pass by. But underneath that calm experience is an incredibly complex operation involving navigation, engineering, scheduling, weather monitoring, power generation, and constant adjustment. So while cruise ships may look effortless from the outside, they're actually in a near constant state of movement and coordination. Because keeping something that massive operating smoothly at sea requires far more than simply floating from one place to another. It's a floating city that never truly stands still.